So apparently we're possibly not playing tonight because the cops have rocked up out front and they're looking for a bribe. The plus side is all the bands have been sick.
Sound like the fucking Wiggles compared to all these bands. What the fuck?
But the downside is we might not be able to play. So I don't really know much more than that. I struggled to understand the situation myself.
So we rocked up to the Malang Beer House, and up until this point we were killing it. Indonesia was amazing. That day we were like checking out waterfalls and seeing all the amazing sights of the country. And we got to the show. All the other bands played, and Herman, our tour manager, made it apparent that there was some police downstairs, undercover cops that come into the show. So they all came up and they started asking some of the boys questions. They saw our band name on our guitar cases and they were like, Flaming Wreckage, what's all this about? It was crazy scenes, like there was 100 kids or so just sitting outside the venue till probably after midnight, I'd say, just hoping that we still might be able to do the show.
Jancung. Jancung. You know, my friends is so disappointed about this.
Oh, dude, so are we, man.
Yeah, my friends come here. Who want to watch it out? Yeah. And you know, and your friends from place outside. And then this problem is finished. We win whatever we choose.
Yeah, you guys get it. Yeah, Indonesia fucking gets it.
Our friends.
We just saw someone ride off with
someone
Dave's
just fucking
guitar.
rode off down the main street of Malang with my fucking guitar in the back of a motorbike. So, yeah, I'm at the point where, whatever. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, we're right.
Like, I'm sure we won't get arrested in ass rapes, Freaking out a bit.
Where we go tomorrow?
We're outside the gig, which got canned because the cops showed up. Herman and TM and Juzzy are back at the villa getting our passports because they need to see all our passports.
You know my guts were fucking bad before anything happened. And now you've been on the drive with the flop off.
And then I fucking punched a dam in about 20 seconds and I was like, fuck.
And then I hopped in the car and it was just wrong side of the road honking at everyone.
It would have been hectic.
The entire fucking time. I was like, fuck me, we're all gonna die.
Nah, it's fucking not good.
What's happening?
Stuck in the middle of fucking bumfuck nowhere. No passports, no money. Just got our gear back from some house in the middle of nowhere. And we've got an appointment at 10 a.m. with immigration. Cool.
Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and then they said 10 a.m. tomorrow, immigration office, see you there. Driving back to the Acom that night, we were like, fuck, we don't have our passports. This is not good. So, yeah, it was a very stressful night. We just didn't get much sleep. We also, they gave us these forms, which didn't really say anything. It was just We have your passports. And yeah, it's like, it's just the most nothing form ever.
Ready? Right. So, with the blessing of God Almighty, President of the Republic of Indonesia considering aid, whereas immigration has secure and able to address with existing challenges. What the fuck? Get in and go around here. That sounds like fucking gibberish.
You have to be a fucking lawyer to work that shit out.
Like, that tour just could not have fallen off a cliff harder than it did. Like, we were fucking killing it, man. We played amazing shows up until then. Everything we did before then was incredible. And then we got to Malang and it just... got to the immigration office. It's just like, imagine being in the RTA for fucking 10 hours. It's pretty much what it was like. I got taken into a room and there was two guys in there. One of them was the chief of the immigration department, and his English was quite good, and he seemed to be fairly reasonable with how he was talking to me. And he kind of just said, you don't have the right visas. All the merch we had, we were pretty much just giving away anyway. It was really a promotional tour. There was no money to be made. But I explained that to him and he said, it doesn't matter, these shows are being advertised, which counts as commercial activity. So I think we played a show in Jemba on the second show of the tour, which is a pretty big show at a uni. There was like about 700 people there, which was, one of the best shows I've ever played. And ironically, if we were less successful over the first few shows, this might not have happened if they had gone, our hashtag was fucking going crazy on Instagram. There's a lot of noise on social media. So yeah, maybe if we weren't so successful, we wouldn't have been fucked over. Said, who's the leader of your band? I was just like, me, I guess. So he's like, come with me. Took me into his office, and yeah, I was there for at least 2 hours getting questions. Very anxious, very uncomfortable experience.
That was a full-on 2-hour questioning. Like, he was just definitely trying to make me feel as uncomfortable as possible. It was like what you were saying last night. It's like, his English was a lot better over here, I reckon. I didn't really talk to him with you, but I saw him asking Juzzy a few questions. And I was like, oh, well, all of these guys, got decent English.
Yeah.
But yeah, today it was rough. Like, very hard to understand what he was saying. And then he goes to me, so he's like, so what were you doing before you left? I'm like, how the fuck is that even relevant? He's like, what do you do for work? I'm like, I'm a stagehand. He's like, telling a fucking Indonesian immigration officer that you're a stagehand means fuck all.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? What is that? I'm like, I work for bands. And as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, fuck, work, band, no good.
The immigration officer finally comes out and he says to us, if you book new flights, you can go home. So Juz jumped on his phone, he's looking up flights. I jumped on Facebook, called up my mum and like, we need flights now so we can get out and get home.
Lockie was messaging his mum and everyone was like crowded around his phone just waiting for a reply because conveniently the AirAsia site was down, so we couldn't book it online. There was a booking error there, so we had to do it over the phone.
Eventually Juz found some on his phone. He sent me the link. I sent it off to back home to mum, who jumped on it straight away.
And he kept coming in while we were doing it and be like, finish? I'm like, mate, no. Like, if it was finished, you'd know about it.
Dave's got his head in his hands. Juz is walking around doing these ones. Dom's probably the only one who was actually calm about the whole thing. We get a message back saying, just sent the confirmation through to your email. Juz is on his phone, got the email, I was like, got it. His phone dies.
So we finally got this booking I think the place closed at 4 and we were there till about 8 o'clock. So I was like, fuck, all right, we got it. Show him.
And he's like, good, you can go home. I'm like, cool, we have our passports? And he's like, no. I'm like, what do you mean no? He's like, no, you can come back tomorrow for the decision on whether you can have your passports back or not.
So yeah, we got back to the UCOM, did the same thing we did the night before pretty much. Called the embassy, drank beer, and tried to come up with a plan for the next day.
The next day we got up to go back to the office to sort this out again. And we finally get back to the immigration office, and it's just Dave and Herman going in. Herman jumped in, and the immigration guy who said to come back wasn't even there yet. Didn't want to come in. Fucking us around again.
I was texting the boys who were in the van, and Dom was like, dude, get this dude to call the embassy because they need to talk to him. And he was like, we'll do it later. I was like, no fucking way. We're doing it now. You need to talk to him. And so I just got Dom to call the embassy to call Herman on an Indonesian number, and I was like, give him the phone. The Australian embassy just pretty much said, dude, give them their passports back. Like, it's fully illegal what's going on here. So we went and sat down in the dude's office for maybe 10 minutes, gives our passports back, and me and Herman are just like, see ya, fucking out of there.
So after half an hour of waiting around, not knowing what was happening, I'm in an Indomart, and we get a message from Dave saying, he's got him! And a photo with him, passports in hand, and it was the biggest fucking relief I've ever had. Anyway, we all jumped in the car, in the van, drove back to the immigration office to pick up Dave and Herman, and we're like, where the fuck are they? And Dave comes screaming across the front of the bus.
Motherfucker, yeah! Show him.
What happened?
That means they didn't even investigate, they didn't even do a formal investigation.
Everything they did up until that point was just completely dodgy. And it turned out to be a complete waste of our time and their time as well. They didn't fucking even record it. It's like, I don't understand why they had to do that. We weren't hurting anyone, we were just there to play some music. There's a lot of amazing people in Indonesia that love metal, and I've seen the passion for that music that we love there more than anywhere. It's incredible.